Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's T. Good morning. Thanks for joining so early. Just thought we'd get some work done first thing this morning. Had a little technical difficulty here with the internet. Don't know what went on there. Sometimes we had some storms last night. What's new? Rain on Long Island. It's been a whole 2 months of it. Anyway, I shouldn't say that was nice most of the day yesterday. Very windy, very windy. All right, so I thought we'd do a little working listing, give you a little haul view of not so many garage sales yesterday. I went to one estate sale, waited online only because I knew they had some Pyrex. You know me and Pyrex, got to pick up the Pyrex. So I'm going to grab some of that stuff and then we'll go through some of the stuff that I got and we'll start listing. Thanks again for joining. Okay, be right back. All right. Morning, Nathan. Thanks for coming. Just getting together my haul that I got yesterday at an estate sale. Didn't have much going on yesterday, but I did stop at one estate sale. They have this thing where you grab a basket at the door and you can fill the basket for $45. So looking at what I got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I'm going to call it about $2 a piece, about $2 a piece, which is definitely worth it. Probably could have shoved a few more things in there, but it was a little heavy because I decided to pick up a lot of time for you to go to bed. Oh my God. Really? You've been up all night? Why? I thought you were like local. Am I wrong? All right. So first thing I got, which I thought, this reminded me of my dad when we used to go fishing. This is a thermos. Obviously, you can see that. Nice, cool pattern. 70s pattern, 80s pattern. I think my dad probably still, knowing my dad, he still has it. Obviously, no way. Oh, it's nice and clean. God, it looks like it's brand new. So this should be good. Just sell thermoses all the time. They're They're really, especially here on Long Island, fishermen. I had somebody begging me to come pick it up. They bought it on eBay last week. A Dunkin' Donuts one. Guy was going fishing for the weekend and he wanted to have it right away and he was local, so I let him come pick it up. I don't usually like to do that. And I will never do it again. My husband was furious with me, but I let him come to the house. But he came with his wife. They were an older couple. My husband was here, but after hearing that story yesterday with that 16-year-old boy, oh my God, never again, never again, never again, never again. Because I guess you just don't know. I guess I'm a little too trusting. I shouldn't be. But if you didn't hear about the 16-year-old boy yesterday, was out in Gary, Indiana, and he sold an Xbox on OfferUp. Him and his dad drove to the location they were supposed to meet the gentleman or the person who bought it, and it was an abandoned house. I don't know why the dad didn't get out of the car. I have no idea. But the boy went in, 16 years old, I don't know if he went in, if they were outside. I think I don't remember the entire article. I know Chris from Thrift Shop Hustler, he had an ad on it, and so did somebody else I follow here in New York. But it was just a terrible story. He didn't even have a chance to hand the Xbox over. My understanding is these guys didn't even get the Xbox. When this one person pulled out a handgun, the boy turned to run and they shot him in the back. He was dead within minutes. I mean, over an Xbox. I mean, this is crazy, crazy, crazy stuff we live in. It's ridiculous. I know there was another crazy story yesterday. I have to read more about it because I don't know what the motivation was, but some argument in Costco out in California. I don't know. That led to guns too. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know if it's mental illness or what today, but we won't get into that debate. Anyway, it's sad. I feel very bad for the family. I mean, it was just such a tragedy, and I hope they catch these guys. I know I should have probably had a link in the description because I know they're not caught. I know they were still at large, and of course the family now is devastated. They've lost their 16-year-old son, and oh my God, I have two boys. I can't even talk about it anymore because I'm very emotional. All right, so that's my thermos. Next thing I got was this nice Mikasa, and it is Mikasa. I didn't know about the $45 basket. I thought it was just going to be based on what they were pricing, so I kind of hid the Mikasa sticker. Not that they wouldn't know they're estate sale people anyway. But that's Mikasa. So that's a nice big hard plate. People buy those for weddings, for Valentine's Day, things like that. And then, of course, we get into my big Pyrex haul. Pyrex, woohoo! I love my Pyrex. So this one is a very old pattern of Pyrex. This is almost like the blue flower pattern, or the blue willow. This is almost like the blue willow pattern that most people know too. Yeah, I did stop at one other garage sale yesterday, and somebody had the nerve to have blue willow plates for $16 a piece. I don't even think they sell for that on eBay for $16 a piece. So some people live in La La Lands. So I just passed that garage sale up after I saw that price and some other price because, I often say, some people say, oh, well, it sells for $40 on eBay. Well, you know what? Then get your camera out, sign up for an eBay account, sign up for a PayPal account, take your pictures, do your descriptions and your listings. People think it's so easy. Go ahead. Be my guest. I'm sorry. Am I being too cynical this morning? All right. I got two of these. The nice little casserole, coffee, cake, muffin, not muffin, but loaf cakes, loaf pans. Couldn't think of the name. So I got two of those, two exactly the same. This woman had I didn't even take half of the Pyrex that was there. I was going to go back, but the line, estate sales on Long Island, and I don't know if they're like this in any other way. How this estate sale started, I got there, I guess, about 5 after 10. It started at 10 o'clock. There was a line out the door. I was understanding that they were taking names originally before they opened, and then once they opened, they took the pad, they called the people in with the names first, and then they started with the line. But it was hot yesterday. It was one of the nicer, sunnier mornings. So standing out there in the sun, people were getting annoyed. It did take a little bit. And $45 a basket. I would have had to go in probably. I could have gone in 2 or 3 more times, but it would have been waiting online for another half an hour again each time. So I wish once they let you in, they let you in. But they even hold they even hold one of your things hostage till you come back with the basket. And I guess I could have scooted back the basket and grabbed my thing and started another basket, but I didn't. They had larger Pyrex. They had tons of records, tons of albums, tons of what do you call it? Mental block. What the heck is the name of the? Oh, geez, it can't remember the name of. It was almost like carnival glass, something like that. Tables filled with stuff like that. They had books. Usually I try to look at the books. The books were in just an awkward position. They had a checkout set up in a very small sitting room and a whole wall case. They were on the floor. They were everywhere. But people were standing there checking out, standing there looking at other stuff. So it would have been crazy to sit there. And I certainly wasn't going to have any room to scan books. So that was out. I did pick up in the basement where I grabbed some of the next Pyrex I'm going to show you. I did manage to grab a couple of like guitar books and something else. They were just laying there. They looked a little vintage. I said, I'm just going to take a chance because they slide nice into the basket. They're really not going to cost me much. So, we'll see. They may not be worth anything. If they weren't, it's fine. Nate, if you're still here, just before you go, and I'm sorry you're going to bed already, but please smash the like button. I always appreciate it. Thanks so much. But thank you. You've always been loyal, appreciated. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Sorry, didn't know you. I don't know why you're only going to sleep now. Crazy. But speaking of that, I only just woke up a little while ago. Usually I'm up much earlier than this, 4:30, 5 o'clock. My husband is out the door, but, I forgot today's Sunday, so won't be out the door that early. But we will be heading out once he gets up and in the shower, and I do the same. So, but that's okay. I want to start a little early with you guys and get it out of the way because Sunday gets a little crazy. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to every father out there. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. You guys have been great. And I'm just going to grab a few more things. So I will be right back, including my coffee. Give me 2 minutes, 2 seconds. It won't be 2 minutes, I promise. Move some of this stuff out of the way, too. Also, because I'm going to start doing some listings too, I'm just going to go grab my other computer. All right. Just wanted to grab that other laptop so I can do some listings, but we'll finish with some whole stuff. So I did manage to get, like I said, quite a bit of Pyrex. These are like little skillet dishes. They still sell really well. They all have different numbers. I got a couple different sizes. I don't even know really if I duplicated too many sizes. It's funny looking at them. It looks like maybe those two are the same size. All right, so maybe I got a few that possibly are the same size, because if you can see, this is this size skillet, Corningware Blue Flower, for those of you who don't know. And then this skillet is exactly the same. So I got two, and let me see, I got one more maybe here. And let's see. Yep, it looks like three Corningware. Now, I'll make a decision. I'll look and see how other people are selling. If it makes sense to sell them all together as one or to separate them out. If I separate them out, for those of you who are new, you have the ability to just list one and put quantity 3, so that when one sells, another one is available. It also does tell you buyers that there are 3 available, and I do combine shipping, so it says it in my description. Hopefully people know that, so that if they do buy the 3, I would be happy to combine the shipping for all 3. It's hit or miss if you combine them or you don't combine them. Sometimes, people don't want 3, people just looking for 1 because they broke 1, or they have no need for 3. So we'll see. I'll make that decision when I see how people are definitely listing. And even sometimes if I see how people are listing, I don't necessarily list that way anyway. All right. So the next one, this one is a kind of smaller. Oh, these are the same. No, I don't know if these look a little bit, yeah, believe it or not. Let's see. Oh, and these all have numbers at the bottom. So P81B is the next one. And it looks like I have 5 of these. Yeah, P81B. They're a little deeper dish. They're 1 pint that they hold. And again, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of those, 3 of the other ones. That's 8 in total so far. And that's the Corningware Blue Flower. They do still sell. People still love them. They are collectible. So the next one is a 1.5 pint. It's a P82B. And that one's just a little bit, obviously deeper, since the other ones, the 5 were the 1 pint. This is a 1.5. And they're all clean, not a crack, or really, I don't even know if she ever used them. Quite honestly, usually if they use them, you got to be working some definite little brown burnt spots sometimes, or for sure lots of scratches. Now this one does have a little bit of a scratch on the bottom, but that's what happens too when they're on the shelf and you're moving things around. They do tend to give a little of that, kind of scratch. But looking at most of them, honestly, 1 or 2 of them may have a little bit of a brown marking on the bottom, but I don't see a whole heck of a lot on any of them, looking at the skillets or the bowls or anything. So we'll see. Again, we'll probably list those individually and put quantity 5, and then the big one is only 1 anyway. And then they did have some covers sitting on the shelf, so they can be covered. Depending on, what you want the cover for. I believe 1 size fits all on these covers. So, no, not necessarily. This cover would be too big for that one. So these 2 covers are for the skillets, actually, which is fine. So the skillets will go with covers, but there'll only be 2 covers. So again, I'll have to figure out how to do that, because it was so packed. I was squeezing in the basement, and of course, me squeezing, big body. Probably should have been a little more prepared, and I really wasn't. I just figured, swing in, check it out, and probably could have went back in, could have gotten the rest of the covers. And then the sale was only till 2, so 10 to 2 is not a long time, especially if you're waiting online a half an hour to get in. I'm surprised they even didn't extend it or have it a second day, and they didn't, because they do include a phone number, and a colleague of mine who have gotten into reselling at the bank. He had to work yesterday, and he asked, do you think it's still worth going? I said, well, you better call the number and find out if they're even still there, because I think they close at 2. So I don't think they were there anymore. So, I don't know what, I'm not really sure. Some of the auction houses or some of these estate sales companies, I think they just take everything and offer the homeowner, like a flat fee, or they just leave it for the homeowner, or the homeowner just has to dispose of it themselves. I'm not 100% sure. I think every company is different, and it depends on the company. I know a estate sale I was at a couple of weeks ago. Not only was I there and the company was there, but there was a Got Junk, 1-800 Got Junk, whatever it is. No affiliate, no no credit for that one. They were there loading up a bunch of stuff into their truck, taking things out, like mattresses and just stuff that wasn't worth selling, stuff that the customer wasn't taking with them. They were actually moving out that day. Well, they actually had moved out. Long Island, you find such strange situations. This particular family had already moved about 8 years ago, I heard, but they used to come back and use the house just for holidays. But that's how well off some people here are. Not me. I'm not in that category. Trust me. But they already have. They actually, most people who retire and downsize move to like the Carolinas or Florida, or even out to Arizona. No, these people move to Manhattan. They just love Manhattan. Some people do. Again, in New York my entire life, and you would never catch me or my husband living in Manhattan. Great place for me to visit. Not so much my husband. He doesn't care for it. He hates people. He hates crowds. But I shouldn't say he hates people, but he just doesn't like that whole atmosphere. It's just too much or too overwhelming for some people. So, but these people lived in Manhattan. They love to, and some people do. You walk down your apartment and you're on the street and you got your coffee, and there's no reason to really drive unless you're driving outside of the city. So a lot of people who live in Manhattan don't have a car, and if they do, oh boy, they pay probably $3,000 a month to park it or to have a garage for it, which is a rent payment in itself. So some people can afford to do that, and other people just Uber it and taxi it and do all that other stuff, even though the mayor now is going to have all this congestion pricing, which is going to be another fee for us New Yorkers, not necessarily me because I don't drive into Manhattan, but those who do or drive within Manhattan will have that. And, shows are there. It's a great place to go in and see a show and have dinner and do all that. You could, run into some celebs. And listen, I'm in a town that I grew up with celebs. I went to school with the Baldwins, and my best friend went to the prom with Steven, and Billy used to mow my lawn. Alex is an idiot, but know the family really well, and especially Jane. So, the only one I shouldn't say that. The two daughters, Jane and Beth. Beth is the oldest, who lives upstate, and Mrs. Baldwin's still up there with her, still alive. But a lot of celebs out here. I actually, years and years ago, I'm sure you guys remember Joey Buttafuoco. Used to wait on him in a diner I waitressed in many moons ago, and God, the list could go on. Could think about a ton of people that people know. But anyway, that's besides the point. So, not in that category. Doesn't matter. Just been fortunate enough to live on Long Island, but it is overwhelming for some people. Taxes are high, and once you go into the city, the congestion is high. People, you're kind of taken over really when you think about it, because it's just hustle and bustle is very true. I used to work in Jersey City, which is outside, but you had to go through Manhattan, or sometimes I worked on Park Avenue because of who I work for, and don't do that anymore. Thank God, work in couple of local bank branches, so that's easier for me these days. So anyway, enough of that. Go through a couple other things. Now, this is the biggest score of the haul. I actually have several of these. I think I have 3 listed right now. I'm not 100% sure. Now, Pyrex always varies in color, and it really does depend on what color you get and what the condition is of the ones you got. I know the one, at least one that I have, maybe two of them, the condition's not great. So this particular one that I got yesterday, it is mint. Mint so much that I think it sat on the shelf and never got used because it doesn't even look like it. Well, maybe it does, looking a little closer to it, but really not. I mean, yeah, there's a scratch or two here and there, but not a lot of gold loss. And what I'm talking about is this Pyrex bowl. Okay, this is a mixing bowl. They call it a Cinderella bowl. There's more dust on it than there's nicks or anything. Yeah, does it have to be wiped or cleaned? Yeah, but there's not a lot of gold loss in this one. This is not I won't say this is not a popular color. It is a popular color. It's not a highly sought after color. There's a lot of colors that are highly sought after. So a little history on Pyrex. If you're out there and you see Pyrex, and I don't care what you know, what you don't know about it. If you see pink, if you see turquoise, just grab it. Grab it. Now, I'm not saying if they're asking $20 for it, grab it. If they're asking $1, $2, $3, I don't think I've paid more than $3 for a piece of Pyrex. Yes, are there people who are going to go and do that eBay thing and say, oh, the turquoise bowls just sold for $60, and it can. I'm going to sell it for $50. Those are the people you don't want to deal with. They're going to still be sitting with that bowl at the end of the garage sale, and a good riddance to them if they are, because, everybody's about, oh, that's what it sells for on eBay, but I'll get $10 cheaper. $10 cheaper still ain't making it. You got to list that yourself, take your pictures, start your accounts, and if you really think you want to sell it on eBay, then go ahead. Be my guest. I'm sorry. Don't mean to be cynical about that, but the truth is the truth. Even when I've had my own garage estate sales in the past, I knew, you know what? I had $100 books here, and I just said, listen, books are $1, paperbacks are 50 cents, and yeah, was I selling them for a lot more on eBay? Absolutely. Could I sell them a lot more on Amazon? Absolutely. But a garage sale is a garage sale. And then there was one garage sale yesterday, and I just didn't have the time. I probably could have had the time. She had clothes on a rack and in a bag. I think she wanted 50 cents or a quarter. Now, that would have been worth my time to go through it. But I am going to try to start to back off a little bit on the clothing as well. Even though the collectibles and the hard goods can be a little more long tail, it still is a better investment, because when you talk about paying $2 for this bowl, which is what I paid, and I could potentially get $40 for this, I mean, it's well worth my investment, as opposed to even spending 50 cents for a t-shirt and getting $9.99. It's just, and it's easy to photo. Honestly, people, have a shirt up, and I don't measure. We'll get into that in another video. I don't measure everything, I should say. Some things I do, some things I don't. Some things I wait for somebody to message me until I get a lister or a photographer. Then I'll worry about measuring all the clothes. But, I don't, other than stick maybe a measuring tape just to give the width across this bowl, because the bottom's going to tell me everything, right? It's going to tell me what the model or the make is. It's going to tell me what the number is. It's going to tell me this is a 4-quart. So that's all I need to know. It's a 4-quart, 10-inch, 12-inch, whatever it is. I forget now, but I'll run a ruler quick across there just to know. And then what is it? 4 pitches, 5 pitches at the most. This is probably, 1 pitcher, maybe 2 pitchers, 3 pitchers, and 4 pitches, maybe a close-up on the bottom if I can grab the actual Pyrex insignia with the information. Some people like to see that with the trademark and things like that. Not that there's counterfeit Pyrex out there, but you just never know. And that's it. So it's, they're simple, they're easy to list. The hard thing with these things is they're hard to store and they're hard to ship. And I do calculated shipping now on everything but the clothes. I recommend you do that, especially with the way the post offices have the zones now. Even zone first class, you're paying a difference between shipping to the next town as opposed to across the United States. Being here in New York, obviously California and Washington State are the highest to ship to. So I just do calculated on all of this. It's funny, when I didn't do calculated, probably for a year, I felt like, oh my God, all I sold to was California and Washington State. Don't they have shorts in California? It sounds funny. But like, I think recently, like I sold a couple of pairs of shorts, and listen, I appreciate the sales. Don't get me wrong. It's just funny when all of a sudden, it's just an average pair of Nike shorts or Reeboks or whatever they are, and somebody buys them, and I'm here in New York and they're in California where they have more sun than I do all year. It's just hysterical, but whatever. So, 8 ounces going to, let's say Florida is a lot different than even 8 ounces going to California. Now it's pennies. It's not like a big major difference unless you jump. It seems like the other thing with calculated shipping on first class now, there seems to be a big jump between, I want to say, is it 10 ounces to 12 ounces? Maybe it's 8 ounces to 12 ounces. It's like almost $1. It's like really funny because I think the highest on first class we used to be at, and resellers get away, just so you guys know, if you don't use the post office, and of course you use the post office, if you don't use the labels online and you buy your labels at the post office, you do get a discount. And we also get to go up to 16 ounces, where most people can only go to 13 first class. So it still is more expensive, I think, especially if you're going out, to a state that's a little lengthy, what we call Zone 5 here. I'm not sure how the zones work in other states, but that would put me at like a $5 and, I want to say $5.63, something like that, $5.40. I forget now. But it's still cheaper than, padded flat rate at $7.20, whatever it is. So keep that in mind. Also, if you go to the post office, you pay more. You don't get the eBay discount or the PayPal discount that you do for labels, or even if you use Pirate Ship. I do use Pirate Ship, especially getting into Pirate Ship a little bit more. And I'll have a video on shipping. But, depending on the size and the weight and things like that, sometimes Pirate Ship, because they do this cubic measurement as opposed to weight. And I think the post office is starting this month, but I haven't seen it yet. I know they announced it, but I'm not sure when it's going to be rolling out. It could be even rolling out Monday for all I know. I know it was supposed to be June, but I haven't seen it yet. I actually just listed a service for not for 45, but a service for 8 yesterday, 45 pieces, and it's like 50 pounds once it's wrapped and everything. I'm not sure how. That might go UPS ground, FedEx ground. I'm not sure yet, because it's certainly not going post office. The funny thing is, sometimes when it goes FedEx, it ends up going post office anyway if you ship something Smart Post. But again, I'll do a video on shipping, and we'll go through some of that stuff as well. We have a couple of more things, and then we're going to start some listings. So I'm just going to move some of this aside. And actually, I found the third cover. So I do have 3 covers for the Pyrex bowls or the skillets. So, actually, I don't, because I just noticed this cover is smaller. So this cover will go on one of the smaller ones. Maybe the standalone one that's the 1.5 quart. Maybe I'll put it with that one. This way, because the other 5, this is the 1.5 pint, I should say, not 1.5 quart. Yeah, so that'll fit on that one. So we'll sell, since that's a single anyway, we'll sell that one definitely with that top, and then we'll figure out the skillets. Since I only have 2 covers and I have 3 skillets, maybe we'll just list the 2 together, and then we'll list. And always make sure, I'm going to recommend too, when you're looking at this stuff, because you just never know. Run your finger. It's not abnormal on Pyrex to get a little bit of a bubble in the glass, but just make sure you've got no chips, cracks, crazings. Not too many crazings in these, but crazings, I'll show you what that is on a plate. That can happen too. So these have to be washed. They are filthy, but that's okay. They were sitting in the basement shelf, and like I said, I could have went back and probably filled the basket up 2 or 3 more times with other stuff, larger Pyrex. I have a lot of Pyrex right now, so my husband's going to kill me as it is, so... It's all good. We'll sell it. I'm not worried. All right. I'm going to just move some of this aside, show you a couple more things that I picked up, and then we will get to listing. Bear with me 1 minute. All right. I'm just going to move this stuff a little bit out of the way. All right. And all right. Perfect. All right, great. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. I picked up this, it's a leap pad. I think my younger son had a leap pad at some point. I had the woman test it out for me because I wasn't too familiar with how to use it. You got your book in here and you open it up and you point your pen. And so it's an education learning game. I figured, you know what, I'll pick it up. It was, came with all these different cassettes, which she showed me how to load those in the side here, in the front, and then a bunch of other books. I guess the books go with the cassettes. So I figured, all the stuff in my basket, I squeezed it in my basket, fit in there. So, for $2, we'll try to, I don't know what it even goes for, to be honest with you. All right. And then the last couple of things, like I said, I stuck in my thing. Don the Auction Professor, shout out. I always try to see paper or anything that was going on. There really wasn't a lot, but a couple of things just caught my eye. I have no idea if these will sell, will not sell, but this is, and I looked in the books to make sure there's not a lot of writing, although there is a piece of paper in here with some musical notes on it. This was a guitar book. It's called Alfred's Basic Guitar Method, Book 1. So maybe somebody learning the guitar. I have no idea. It's definitely vintage. It is, let's see what year it is. It is from, so old that it's in Roman numerals. So MCMLIX. So I know the IX is a 9, the L is a 59, and it is 1959. So that's, that's an older one, 1959. And for the most part, it's pretty clean. I don't see but one page that has some notes, because a lot of these books, sometimes you see where the person has handwritten in notes. It's funny because the book actually has their own, a couple of spots, but it's the book itself, not the actual owner. It looks like maybe on the second or third page, there is some mild pencil writing, but nothing that can't, it's one page. It's honestly, it's just one page in the entire book, and I think it's okay. So we'll see. I don't know what it's worth. Have no idea. I haven't looked anything up. Something else that was there, because these were with record albums, just kind of sitting on the side. And the next book is called Adventures in Light Classical Music. It's a Reader's Digest. Sometimes Reader's Digest versions of anything these days are not worth much, but slid it in the side of the basket because of the, you can fill the basket. So we'll see. I don't know. It is, let's see what the date is on this book. And I don't know if this came with something else. It's possible because I'm not seeing an actual date on the book. But usually they'll have, if they don't have, like everything else in ISBN, it depends on the date too, because although Reader's Digest, I'm trying to remember, I've had a ton of Reader's Digest stuff. I don't even know if they used ISBNs, to be honest. But I can't even find a date in here of the book. So that's the other good thing sometimes with eBay when you search these things out. Not that it's good all the time, because some people get it wrong, but at least you can get an idea of the age or the year. Some people might have 1960, some people might have 1961 or 59. You could just put 1960s. You don't have to be exact. People will know. If they want it, they'll know. Just know that that's a possibility. The next thing, that, again, this was just sitting between it. I haven't looked any of this stuff up. It looks like kind of an old comic or something. It's called The Crusaders. This particular one is called The Force, and it's recommended for adults and teens. It's a comic book. Again, I know nothing about comics. It would never be a thing I'd buy. I'd have to definitely contact my older son, who knows much, much more about comics. He actually worked in a comic shop and collected lots of comics. This isn't even actually talking about my son. It's only 2 years older than my son. Copyright is 1983. So I have no idea. Don't know what it's worth. Don't know if it's worth anything. But again, I slipped it in the basket. And, for $45 for everything I just showed and picked up in the basket, it was well worth it. So that was great. That basically was everything in the basket. Like I said, it's about 20, I'm going to say 22, 23 items, which makes it, again, about $2 a piece, which some of this stuff, the littlest stuff might not be worth it. I think the Leapfrog definitely would be worth it. I think the thermos, the Corningware Pyrex, that Mikasa heart-shaped large platter, or whatever, that frosted rose, those should definitely be worth it. One or two things, if this particular isn't worth it, listen, that bowl, that Cinderella bowl alone, I'll get $40 for. So I'm not going to be too concerned. One or two items sell, I make my $45 back, and then everything else is profit. So I don't sweat the small stuff, as they say. And, you got to be willing sometimes to take a risk. Hey, I could find out this comic book is worth $20. I don't know. Or the music book or something. But that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to just move all that stuff aside because we're going to get to do some listing. And it's really going to be just more of a working hangout, guys. If you guys are listing, please feel free to, put your comments in the chat. I always have a link below to my eBay store, my husband's eBay store, and my Instagram, my Facebook page, my email address if anybody wants to email me. We are going to have a live Google Hangout on Tuesday night at 9 p.m. I know Melissa W. and Lisa from Flippin', help me with her name. I have to cheat because I'm just getting used to everybody now. Flippin' Crazy. And Judy from Chicago, a bunch of us have decided that Tuesday night's the night we're going to do a Google Hangout. If you want to join, let me know. Otherwise, we'll send a reminder out if you want to watch. Nobody sent me a topic yet, but if you guys want to see something or you want a particular topic, maybe we'll pick your topic. So just let me know. Comment, subscribe, and like this video. But meanwhile, I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way, and we're going to just do some listing. I may show you some things as we go along. I'm going to be taking pictures, so I'm going to be moving about, but feel free to do your listings, and it's just a work and hangout, and I look forward to some of your comments while we do this. All right, so we're gonna start our listing. I'll throw away some of this garbage, that's for sure. And then you'll see me working in the background. Again, feel free to reach out, leave a message, comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Thanks, guys. The hubby's up. We have to wish him a happy Father's Day when he comes down. So I'm just stopping for a minute. And then I'll keep listing. We'll keep it up. Keep it going. Happy Father's Day. Be right back, guys. Got to wish the old man a happy Father's Day.
Great. I need that.
I'm busy. You're not supposed to be doing what?
Making beds.
Oh, so you didn't have to make a bed. Right.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. I wouldn't, I listen pretty Saturday. I would listen to it for the next one before.
Oh, stop. No cursing.
remember.
Oh, shush, of course I did. My boys reminded me all week, trust me.
Sure. Well, they are, the ones who remember.
I'm being so cynical.
I don't even know what the word means.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the hubby. He's up. Very cynical. It's all good. All right, guys. All right, so hopefully you are in your listing mode. That's the key. That's the name of the game today. Listing, 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 listing. All right. Couple other things. So let's see. I'm gonna put up pick this up. Gonna list this now. This is IDM 1731 portable 7-inch DVD. It's got like extra parts to it. There's tons of stuff, including a separate case, separate wire, headphones, actually 2 pairs of headphones. So I'm gonna go ahead and that's our next list. It's going on auction. I'm probably only going to start it off at about $5.99 plus calculated shipping, and we'll see where it goes. I don't do a lot of auctions, but every now and again, especially with electronics, because I kind of put a disclaimer in there that not guaranteed to be working or not working for parts, and they take the chance. So it pays to have another laptop going. This will be on the My Treasure Find site if anybody's interested. Again, I share the wealth between both sites and then do a few on my son's. So if you're interested, take a look, make a bid. I actually have this in draft already, so that'll help because I took all the photos yesterday, and it's good when you take the photos ahead. This way you can just... Also, I recommend saving a template for a couple of different things. If you sell multiple categories, like have a listing available for books, have a listing available for clothes, have a listing available for, or template, I should say, available for, let's say, records. One of the things, and you could read my LPs that I have listed, I always put a disclaimer on there that I'm not a professional grader. I just base grade on my eye. I don't have a record player, so I can't play, turntable, record player, whatever you call it these days. But I can't play it, so I don't know how it is. I just kind of look at the vinyl and say, okay, this is how I feel about it. Or look at the cover if there's any ripped, if there is or is not a insert. I mentioned that, and then that should cover you for the most part. Some people will ask for additional photos or additional, descriptions, which is fine, but that's few and far between. You get your real collectibles. I just started to, I think some of the records, I picked up a bunch of those, and when I was working on my dad's house, I came across some of my old cassette tapes. So I'm thinking about starting to list on Discog. Don talks about that all the time. So we'll see if that has any better kind of sell-through with the records, CDs, and cassettes. I'm going to try them both cross list, and I'll let you know how that works out as well. But we'll do a couple of different videos. Maybe I'll do one based on LPs, 45s. Don talks about 78s a lot. I have some of those too, not too many, but a few. So we can talk about that as well. All right, let's see. IDM 1731. This one is again, it's a portable 7-inch DVD player with accessories. I'm going to put with accessories plus because I'm sure it didn't come with the extra case, which I'm going to include in this, and the headphones. There is a AC/DC adapter, a car adapter, battery, remote control, which the remote control is brand new. It's still sealed. Nobody ever opened it, and including the audio and the video cables. So not really sure. You can definitely tell the outside of the DVD player itself has some wear, but everything else looks clean and new. So they may have just used the portable DVD player itself and the charger. But other than that, I don't see that anything else was really disturbed. Some of it was still packed away in the box. So we'll see where it goes. We'll take a chance on an auction. May or may not be worth it. Oh, so you know what I paid for this. I think I paid, actually, let me think about what I paid for this. I got I think I paid $4 or $5 for it. So maybe I'll start it off a little bit higher than $5.99 to make sure I recoup at least what I have into it, and we'll go from there. Just pulling up the category. Sometimes you got to search for the category because you want to make sure it's pretty close to what you're selling. I mean, it came up consumer electronics, TV, video, and home audio, TV and video, DVD and Blu-ray players. Yeah, it is a DVD player, so I guess we'll leave that category. I'd like it to say portable. It doesn't, but the description will say portable. Again, since this isn't tested, I'm just going to put for parts are not working. And then in the small description, I'm just going to put untested. And the reason I'm doing that, honestly, is I just don't have time to test everything, make sure the headphones work, make sure that the CD plays. It looks clean. It probably does. Somebody is definitely going to get a little bit of a bargain here with this, but it's all right. I'm okay with that. I'm just looking to make a quick flip, and that's what it's all about. I want to get all this stuff up and graded. So up and graded. I just saw the word graded because that's the other thing. Sometimes look in I noticed this too when I had saved some templates. You want to be careful in that section where you can kind of put the features in there. Some of the things stay in that section if you pick a certain template. So you want to make sure that that's not in there. I'll have to work on upgrading my templates a little bit too. That's a way to get rid of that stuff as well. And then description's already pretty much covered except for the title. And then I just copy and paste the title in my description because all the other information is in the box. I kind of put the same thing for everything. And then I'm going to, list everything that's included. Got the carry case. The original box. And we got 2 sets of headphones. Oh, we have a docking station. I don't even know if this even said it came with a docking station. It didn't even say that on here. I wonder if this docking station's even for this DVD. I'll have to try it. And I'm just going to run and get the DVD and the rest of the parts just to make sure that that's even for this. But it was in this box, I believe. So let me just check that. Be right back, guys. Robbie?
What?
I need coffee.
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Mhm.
Where are you leaving?
Go back to your fence.
Okay, so it looks like I have to change something up. So yes, I gotta untangle everything too. So that's the two headphones. This is power. I think the docking station's in here. I'm gonna have to look. This is a cigarette lighter adapter, and this is the actual DVD itself. Like I said, this you can definitely tell has some wear on it. Um, there it is inside, 7-inch screen. Does open. Looks like it's all working, but again, I'm selling it untested just because I want to, because I don't want to be bothered. I have listed that there's an extra case. There actually isn't an extra case. I don't know why I thought there was. There might have been a case. I'm going to sell the case separately if there was. There's actually a secondary, what looks to be in a secondary battery charger. I don't know. It was all in the same bundle, so it's just going to all go together. And yeah, see, there's a remote still sealed in the package, so nobody used the remote for it, and nobody used the docking station. I'm assuming docking station's for this. It doesn't say other ways, but it looks like it's for it. Looks like it'll fit. I'm just going to make sure that it is for this. Yeah, it definitely is. I can see where it fits in and everything. Looks like nobody even used the docking station on this. So that's included. Clean, not a scratch on that. And then this is sealed too. This is the audio video cables. So that's going to be part of it. And then the original, what looks to be the original power supply is here. It looks like they didn't even use the original power supply. It looks like there's a universal power supply that was part of it. And I'm including that as well. So clean remote control, clean docking station, cigarette adapter. Actually, there's a bag for it. I'm going to stick it in the bag. And was there two of them? Actually, there might have been two of them. There was another one here. Let me see. Maybe this one is, I'm not even sure what's for what now that I look at both of these. Well, we're going to include both of them. And if the customer has to get their own, they'll trade these two in or sell these or do what they have to do. Because like I said, I'm just considering all this parts. So with that, it's all going to go in the box. Don't know if the headphones work. Going to just include it. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? Flipping crazies in the house. Good morning. Welcome. So we're just doing some listing here. Did a little haul at the beginning of the video if you want to look back. Lots of Pyrex if you're interested. Corningware. Picked up a thermos. Just did one small estate sale this weekend. Nothing major. Just one stop, and that was it. I actually had to work yesterday morning, so on my way home I stopped. But if you want to take a look back at the video, that's my weekend haul, so to speak. And now we're just listing a few things. This is a portable DVD that I'm going to sell. It's untested. I'm selling it. It's going to be called for parts. I'm sure it's working, but I don't have time to test everything because there's headphones involved here and everything. I'm just going to include everything in the bundle. I'm going to start it off on an auction on My Treasure Find For You. And it does have the original box. And that's going to be the story with that one. So welcome. Good morning. Oh, you're going to your booth today. Oh, good. I hope you have a great day. It's one thing, that's probably a good thing for a lot of you guys that have, have a booth or have a flea market. For some of the stuff that doesn't sell on eBay, you can take to your booth, which will be great. Appreciate you coming and stopping by. You're going to list later? Okay, good. How long is the booth? This is in the mall that you do? Is this the booth in the mall? How long do they open? Are they open like from 11 to 5 on a Sunday? What are the hours? All right, so I got the pictures up. I'm going to put the description now in. I thought it had an extra carrying case, but it doesn't, so I'm just going to take that out. The antique mall is 12 to 6 on Sundays. Oh, okay, not bad. Okay. All right. And you're in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken? It's funny, Nathan was on earlier. He had to go to bed. He said when I say good morning, he said good night. And I remember him telling us he was in Pensacola. So not sure what kind of night Nathan had. But he's always a good egg, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. It's great. Yeah. Okay. So you're in Georgia. It opens 7 days a week. Oh, yeah. But I'm sure you said you don't go there 7 days a week. So great thing, though. I watched some guys that have booths. I'm trying to remember who the other YouTuber is who has a booth besides the crazy guy. What's his name? Stack. Taco Stacks, right? I know he has a booth. He's crazy, that kid. All right. Yeah, that's right. You do work. You like me. You have a full-time gig. Okay. All right. So you just do Sundays. All right. Good. Good. Well, hopefully you get some great sales today. I don't know what the weather's like by you. Sun is trying to peek out today here, but they did say more showers this afternoon. Surprise, surprise. It hasn't stopped raining here, I feel like, in 2 months. Although yesterday was a pretty nice day in the morning. Afternoon got very crazily windy and overcast, but never really rained until late last night. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on a 7-day auction. So it will end next Sunday or Saturday. Let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday about the same time. Start the bidding off at $9.99. Let's start the bidding off at $9.99. Calculated shipping. I just got to get a weight on this. And we'll put it on priority calculated, and I do worldwide global shipping. I don't use the global shipping program. Some people like to use the global shipping program. I've always done it this way, even before global shipping. So it doesn't bother me. Every once in a while, you get some questions from other countries, but I haven't sold anything to anybody that I shouldn't, and never, thank God, knock on wood, had any returns or anything. I shouldn't say that. Recently, there was a newspaper that I sold to France. My fault completely. I didn't even take the item back. I just refunded the customer. You live and you learn. Okay, good. That's what this is. It's really going to be a working video. So go ahead. Please feel free to just listen in. I am going to just step away to the scale so I can get a weight on this and then put the listing up. Okay, you can still add stock during the week after work if I get another batch ready here and there. Tell me, is it like also where like your booth is unattended and people can actually see the stuff, or is there a lock? Because I noticed some of these antique booths like just are in the middle of a mall and there's really no well, maybe there's security, but there's like your items are out there all week in view, and how does that work? I'd just be curious, and then I'll let you go to work because I know you want to get you ready for the booth. Okay, and then when I weigh this stuff, depending on what it is, depends on like if I add an extra pound or two for a box and packing and things like that. So I'm going to put this at 6 pounds. No, actually, I apologize. I'm going to do it 7. Yeah, I'm going to do 6 to 7 pounds, actually. And then when you do that, if you're not part of the global shipping program and you do calculated shipping for worldwide, you do have to change the first class to priority international because you can't ship more than 4 pounds. Okay. All the booths are open. There are video cameras all around, and their employees walk around, people watching people too. Okay, good. Perfect. That's what I thought. I've seen a couple of them on YouTube. I've watched some of them. I was just curious and then I'm wondering if you get help, like if the booth next year is open and somebody wants to buy something for your booth, or it's just, no, she's not in today, come back on Sunday kind of thing. All right. So we got the weight on there, and I don't promote or do, well, you can't promote anyway on auction. But at the end of your listing, you always get the question if you want to do promotions or thing. I don't do it here. I wait till it's up for about a week, and then I might put it on a promoted listing, or after 2 weeks or so, just to get a boost. Or at some point, I'll put things on sale. But right now, we're just going to list the item, and just going to go up. And now we're going to go for the next one. I have another DVD. Portable one. I'm gonna go and grab that. It is, I actually have to look this one up because I didn't even look this one up. It's a brand, I don't know, it might be a popular brand, Dynex, but I've never heard of it. Oh, this is the one that comes with the case. I knew I had one that came with the case. That's because this one doesn't come with the original box. And it's 2 screens. I'm not sure if there's a master screen and a secondary screen. It looks like it because of the way the buttons are set up. And then it does have, again, 2 car chargers, a regular adapter charger, and the carrying case, as well as the audio video input. I'm going to just quickly take a look and see what this, see if I can get a model number. I'm going to go grab it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had thought that the other video had come with a case, and I was right, but I'm going to sell this. This is a really nice case, really. It's got a name, and I'm going to sell it separately because it just makes sense. Like I said, I picked these all up together in a lot, and I'll definitely make my money back and then some. But let's see. Yeah, this is just the case. So I'm going to definitely sell the case. I'll put a price on the case. I'm not going to put that on auction. I'll just do a buy it now on that one. Or bin, as people call them. But, yeah, okay. And we'll put that aside for now. We'll do that next. But this is the case for shopping cars. Walk around looking at all the booths and pick out stuff. Then they go to pay up front. They push. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, that's great. I'm sure you pay for that service, but at least if you're not there, you can still sell your stuff. That's wonderful. Okay. It's like a local Amazon because they have to scan your code. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, I don't think we have anything here. I think years ago we might have, in a local town, we might have had like an antique mall like that, but right now I don't think we have anything like that. These look like the adapters that plug into each other. I got a cigarette adapter and regular charger and the audio, and then what looks like a secondary, I guess, secondary car charger. Okay, and that's how we're going to sell it. Again, not working 4 parts because I'm not testing it. I'm not sure how it works. I'm not even sure how you use it. So somebody else can figure it out. These were cheap enough to do it that way. It still makes a few bucks on them. And I see the DVD. I guess the DVD goes in the main one, and then I guess if you have kids in a car, I guess one of those, big vans, where people travel and things like that, or RV or something, I guess you can have, the 2 kids watching on 2 separate screens, something to that effect. But this says open. Oh, this opens. Oh, okay. So it opens where you can put the DVDs in. I don't know. Looks good to me. Who am I? I have no idea. On, off. Okay. And then you can rewind. So Dynex, there's no number on it. I thought maybe I could find, let's see, do they have a number on it? DX. Oh, yeah, there is a number. I'm going to actually search it and see. Yeah, you bet there's some around where I live. There are a lot in PA and New Jersey. Yeah, Pennsylvania, I know. For sure, Pennsylvania. I follow a couple of people in PA. Of course, not, Pat, too. I see Pat goes. In fact, that's where Pat meets Taco Stacks all the time, is at those antique malls and flea markets and such. And the Crazy Lamp Lady's in PA, too. I think she's closer to Pittsburgh. She's a little further than Pat. But I think she, oh, maybe she doesn't. I'm not sure. I thought for some reason at some point she had a booth or something, but maybe she doesn't. But yeah, they might be. You know what? They might be a little further out east from me. I'm not sure. There might be some a little more upstate New York, but I haven't really come across them here on Long Island. So I don't know. All right, let's see. This is a Dynex. I'm going to search this out and see what people have listed for this. This is a DX-B9P DVD. And oh, see, people even just have the parts. Oh, somebody wants $100 just for the one piece. Interesting. $8.99 for the power supply. $18.99 for the other one. Oops. Oh, I'm buffering. Oh, I don't know why. You know what? I had a problem coming on this morning too. For some reason, my internet connection got lost. I was able to get on my one laptop, not the other one. This is why too, on the phone, I could get on the phone. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Lisa. So this is 9-inch portable DVD player with dual screens. Let's look at this one. Oh, no, this is actually through Dynex itself. Yeah, just be curious to see. Yeah. Oh, and those headphones go to this. Interesting. I just listed those headphones with the other DVD player. All right, maybe I'll have to change that. Well, they can get their own headphones too. All right, we'll figure that out. I'm not worried about that right now. Just curious to see what people are getting, and it looks like a few bucks for sure. Again, I'm saying this isn't working, so I'm sure somebody will see that it is working or get it to work regardless. Yeah, somebody's just selling the car charger. Somebody's just selling the adapter, the power supply. All right, well, we'll figure it out. I'll put some. When I say this was the one with no remote, right? This one didn't have a remote. The other one had a remote. This is the black one. I see a couple of silver ones. Those might be the newer ones. Yeah, some of them even have HDMI. This does not. That's actually not a portable one. So here's the 7-inch portable one. This is 9-inch, this one. And let's see what the solds are looking like on this. All right, not crazy. Yeah. Some of them are just the one, here's one Dynex portable DVD player. It's just the one screen, not the two, one for $19. This one had a case. Well, this one does have a case, but this isn't the Dynex case, one for $29, but that just has it with the bag and everything. Yeah, I'm probably going to just like the other one, start this auction off at $9.99 and see if it goes anywhere. I'm still only into it for $4, so I double my money, and they pay shipping, so I don't lose anything out on that. But yeah, that's basically where I'm going to start this. All right, enough research. You could get caught up in research too. Parting out makes you more money. Yeah, I do that a lot with games and stuff. We like to do that. I could part this out. I could sell each individually, but you know what? I may do that eventually. I'm going to see first on the auction if it goes anywhere. Doesn't sell on the auction. Yeah, that's a great suggestion, Lisa. That's a possibility. I could do that. I could just, sell each screen separately. The bag's really not worth a lot. That's why I'm keeping the other bag and I'm selling that separately, because the other one's a really nice bag. This one's not so much. This one's more of that chintzy kind of covered nylon. But it holds this because this doesn't come with an original box, so I'll just include that and be done. Be done. All right, let's change the category on this. We're gonna DVD and Blu-ray players. I wish they had something for portable. They don't. That's okay. We're gonna put our Dynex in here, and guys, don't forget to smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I try to go live each and every day, depending on the day. Most of the time it's in the evening after my work, but since it's Sunday and I'm home, I figured I'd do a morning listing. I did do a haul this morning on this video as well, so if you guys come back and watch, you'll see what I picked up over the weekends. Not a whole heck of a lot, because I got tons to list, so I'm not going crazy. I'm just putting in the description here. Carry case, audio, video, car charger. It's funny, I look at these car chargers and the ones today, they're so different. I wonder if they're ever going to just not have those cigarette lighter car chargers anymore, and they're just going to have the USB in the car, because some of the newer cars, I'm sure, have that. So some of these cigarette lighter ones are going to be hard to plug into the newer cars if that's all they have. Especially since they don't put cigarette lighters in cars anymore. I don't think they do anyway. I guess upon request, they probably could. I don't know too many people. No, I shouldn't say that. People still smoke, but thank God I gave that up years ago. All right, let's put that in here. And go ahead and we're going to list that. Oh, I got to get a weight. I'll be right back. Let me get a weight on that. Okay, that's about 5 pounds without any packing or a box. So we're going to make that one like we made the other one, around 7. And let's copy that. Let's put that on. I also put the location in the custom label or the SKU. So with my clothes, I use bins, and we'll talk about how the storage and stuff on a later video. But I do put the location in the custom label of the SKU. Customers don't see that. It's just for my edification. And keep in mind as well that don't put it in the description. Some people put their bin number or location in the description, and people sometimes get confused. Like if you're putting it in bin 2X and you put a 2X in the description, especially if it's closed, somebody's going to think it's a 2X. So it's just really important that you don't put it in the description. If anything, you can put it at the bottom of the listing. Yeah. And I've seen people do it. Put it even in the body of the listing, and you can just put, item location for seller, and then just put the number underneath it. I've done that before. I do that on my sons because for whatever reason, when you just have the 50 minimum a month and you're not a store, it doesn't give you a place to put a custom label or a SKU. I think it's only available if you're a store. So if you're not a store and you're just, doing your minimum 50 listings a month that you get for free, then you'll have to do it in the actual body of the description, which honestly, once you get used to using the SKU, it's so much easier because you see it when you sell the item. It tells you where the location is, as opposed to if I sell something on my son's store, I have to go into the description to actually see where the item is located. So that can be a little pain. Oh yeah, they probably will be built into the cars, the wireless chargers. Yeah, they might be. That's so true. And there's so many different ones. I have to go out today now and get a new charger for my phone. It broke last night. I'm so annoyed. My husband and I upgraded to phones a few months back, and he didn't even get a charger. I don't even know how that happened, or we can't find it or locate it. So now we're down to no chargers, just my wireless. So I can't even take my pictures off my phone right now until I go get a new charger. It's frustrating. And especially because we had the S8, which was a different charger ports. They keep changing these ports on us. I wish they would stop with that. I wish it was a universal port across all phones, but they do that for a reason. So you buy theirs. I get it. It's another $40 in their pocket. But stinks. All right. So let me go ahead and put this description in. DVD, portable. Okay, copy and paste. I copy and paste from what I put in the description for the title, and then I put it in my description. I already have a template saved for the rest. See all photos, ask questions, please examine photos for detail. Photos are considered part of the description. And then I talk about combined shipping and adding to cart and things like that, because some people don't know how to combine shipping. It's really easy because honestly, all you have to do is just add it to your cart and then request an invoice if you want to combine shipping. And I just thank everybody. So short and sweet, don't make it too long. It really is in your best interest not to put all kinds of negative stuff. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. I learned that the hard way, or I shouldn't say the hard way, but I used to have pages and pages in my listings about, for items not as described, or if you don't look at the photos, it's your fault, like silly things like that. So make it short and sweet and simple. All right, and we got the weight on this. Let's make sure we got this corrected. And calculated shipping, priority mail. We've got to change our international shipping from first class to just straight priority international. And then we're going to put it's between 6 and 7 pounds. And if people want to know more, they'll ask questions. I get questions all the time. And they'll even ask me, oh, did I put 9-inch? I did put it. Okay. Condition is required for this category. Oh, yes, we have to put that in here. All right. And then I did put for parts are not working again. I'm just going to put untested. This way, maybe it does work. It probably does, but I'm not going to worry about it. This way, too, if they get it and it doesn't work, I don't have to deal with the heartache. And we said this was Dynex. Okay, put that in there. And the part number was, let's remove that and remove that and that. Perfect. All right. 7-day auction, all good. We'll list my item. So Lisa, I wish Judy was on here. I think she's the one who doesn't do eBay and just does Posh, I think. Or is it you? Yeah, I forgot. Because it's so easy. It's not difficult. It really isn't. All right, the next thing I'm going to list is a camcorder. It's a General Electric with a hard case. It's missing parts. Again, this is just going to be for parts or not working. The biggest thing on this is going to be the weight. I'm going to probably start this listing. I'm trying to remember what this cost me. Actually, this cost me like a penny because I picked up like a ton of camera stuff at an estate sale, like tons for $1 and maybe 10 cents I have into this. Started doing eBay 20 years ago, but nothing on it now. I just post stuff here and everywhere now and again. Okay, but you do it. I think it was definitely Judy who was afraid. We're going to get her to start listing. She said she only does Posh, and Posh is easy to list on. I'm just not having a lot of luck with Posh. I feel like Posh is time consuming. It's too socially oriented. You got to keep sharing your closet. You got to share other people's closet. You know, I look at these Posh ambassadors. Yeah, Etsy and Posh. I'm going to try to put some of the collectible stuff. I think Etsy, it has to be vintage 20 years or older, which is fine. I have plenty of that stuff. I might, try one or two things on Etsy. Facebook Marketplace is nice to do local stuff, but I talked about it earlier, and you can look at the video again, but I talked about that 16-year-old boy yesterday. So Facebook Marketplace, just like Let Go, and what he was selling on was, oh shoot, now it just went out of my head, but the local selling, just got to be really careful. I think our local police station has a place you can go and bring your items to if you need to. So I hope you do that, or bring it to your booth. That's probably a nice, easy place to sell that stuff. Oh, OfferUp. That's it. Thank you. Did you read about that 16-year-old boy on OfferUp? Yes, it was a terrible story. It's horrible. Yeah, definitely, for sure. All right, so this is a VHS video system. It's camcorder, handheld. Gonna put this on auction as well. Not working, 4 parts, untested. Yeah, Craigslist too. True. Let's get this. So yeah, VHS HQ video system. VHS HQ video system. All right, so in the fall you sell more on eBay. Okay. Is it that your antique mall's not open all year round, or it's just you have more time? Oh, year round. Okay, except major holidays. Okay. Oh, so you're just starting the antique mall. Okay. All right. Well, again, best of luck. Hope you have a great day selling because it's a great, kind of secondary outlet for stuff that you don't, for example, like even with this VHF, um, yeah, people do, we talk about fourth quarter all the time. Oh, you moved in yesterday. Okay. So this is real brand new for you. Okay. All right. Great. Things like this, like I'm listing now, like camcorders, things like that. They might do better at a place like that because people don't have to pay the shipping. Some people see, oh my God, that's, 12 pounds and, the shipping on that might be crazy, might not be worth it for some. So yeah. And again, untested. I'm going to just weigh this. Are you going to specialize in anything particular or are you selling everything? Everything but the kitchen sink, or are you selling the kitchen sink too? Yep, very diverse. Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, why not? You can sell anything. All right, I'm going to get a weight on this. I don't like the boots that only have just one type of item. You limit your customer base that way. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. I mean, some people have multiple eBay stores as well. They might have one store they use for clothing, one store they use for hard goods, but people don't shop that way. I mean, you might have some repeat customers in your store, but people shop on eBay just by searching for the items. So they don't know that you're not specifically a clothes store or that you're specifically a hard goods store or only sell shoes or only sell records. They don't know that. Because if they're just searching for something, they just search it and they look at all the listings. And I don't think anybody judges you based on, now you might get some repeat customers. My husband and I, a few months back, or it's probably even longer than that, maybe a year or two ago, we bought out a hoarder house, or so to speak, where tons and tons of new clothes and sizes 3X and up. In fact, the guy called us back recently. We got a bunch of 5 and 6Xs. So some of those customers I know have been repeat customers because those are hard sizes and people who shop for those clothes don't seem to like to go out and shop for those clothes either. So, I mean, that's a good niche to be in, but can't be your only niche because there's only so many 3X or 5X items that you can sell, but you will get repeat customers on that. And also now with the Pyrex and things like that, I think I'll get repeat customers with that as well, because if people are collecting that, Don, the auction professor, talks about his repeat customers all the time because of his specific niche. But even though he has a specific collectible niche, he'll tell you he still sells clothes, he still sells shoes. He doesn't sell as much as he used to, but he does. He's more particular, and I get that. And as you grow and as you do different items, you decide, okay, I'm not picking this item up again. I'm not picking that item up again. There are definitely some what we call bolos, be on the lookout for, that you'll always pick up. And then there'll always be your bread and butter items. Star talks about that all the time. Shout out to Flippin' Hippos. But, she does a lot of plush. I do plush too. It's just a long tail item. It doesn't sell right away. You got to wait for the right buyer. So you got to have you have to have your bread and butter, so to speak, in there. And that's where clothes sometimes do come into play because, I can probably say that more likely than not, it's clothes that keep your store on a day-to-day basis, even if it's just one item, as opposed to the hard goods. You do sell them, but they're long tail. They're absolutely long tail. Do storage units? Is that how you get your stuff, or you just do, like the rest of us, garage sales, estate sales, and things like that? I'm just curious because I notice a lot of people who do flea markets and booths do tend to have do a lot of storage units because a lot of that stuff can go at the flea market or at the antique mall. All right, let me go weigh this. I would like to win a storage unit one time. Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't like it here too much in New York anymore because everything seems to be online, and I'm a little skeptical. I'm not trustworthy of that. I'd rather go and bid in person where I know they haven't opened the storage unit. A lot of it looks staged here when you buy online, so it's not something that I'm interested in right now, but we'll see, maybe eventually. And I think you have to be very particular too when it comes to storage units. Unless you happen to see in your eyesight $100 item, if it's got dirty mattresses in it, I'm not interested. I know some people buy them and then behind them they find, was it Jeremy and George a couple weeks or months ago, they found all that $15,000 worth of jewelry. Yeah, you don't have the room. And I don't honestly either. I mean, I have a pretty large house, but right now 4 bedrooms and a garage are filled with everything, including the back of this dining room. So my husband's ready to have my head. But at some point we are going to relocate. We might almost immediately be building something. And we will be building it with a 2-car garage in another state. And we'll leave it at that. And that will be our eBay room. So we'll see. Coming soon. Let me go get a weight on this. And I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so that's a heavy one. It's about 10 or 12 pounds. I'm going to put 15 just to be on the safe side because I don't know what the box is going to be. And I probably have to pack the inside of it. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to start off really cheap at $4.99 with calculated shipping on 15 pounds. And again, if it lands up being 13 and 2 pounds in it for me on top of whatever it sells for, and if not, it doesn't. Priority calculated, got to change the international and got to change the weight, and the weight we're going to say custom weight, and then you put in your weight by pounds and hit list item, and we're good to go. I got to get my power cord for this laptop because this particular one is dying. I didn't even plug it in. I'll be right back. All right, and I believe for right now, that's all I have that I want to do on auction. The rest of the stuff I'm going to do on Buy It Now until I get the photos off my phone, which, like I said, I'm going to have to run over to Verizon and get a new charger to do that. But let's see, let's go to my listings, and I'm going to put that video I'm going to put this on a Buy It Now. Let's get a price and see. I don't know if this particular brand is there, but we'll see if they have any and what they're going for. The name of this one is ESA, ESA. ESA, DVD player, carrying case. That's just my coffee maker. Things in the house tend to beep a lot between refrigerators, microwaves, coffee makers. Right, not a lot of money in it, but that's okay. You know, we'll put it up there, buy it now. Somebody might need it for their DVD player. Now we're going to do $9.99 plus shipping. That's what we're going to do. And I've decided I'm adding shipping to almost everything but my clothes these days. I used to do a lot of free shipping, but because of, again, I'll talk about this on a video that I'm going to do on shipping, but because the post office now has these zones and it doesn't, you know, it used to not even matter on first class. It was all the same. Now there's a difference. So I've started doing shipping on everything. Except the clothes, because it's just too competitive with clothes. And usually the max that, you know, the clothes ship for is in a padded flat rate for about $7. So I do allow for that. Yeah, you have the charts there. You do free or you vary it or you do calculate it on everything? I actually should fix this. I put DVD carrying case. I keep my buyer's info on the Rolodex, then look up their zip to find their zone, then the weight. Okay. Okay. So that sounds like you keep my buyer's info on the Rolodex, then look up their zip to find their zone, then the weight. Not sure why you do that. Lisa, I'm not sure why you do that. That's a little confusing to me. When I do eBay, I do for free ship. I do it that way for my jewelry buyers on my selling page. Because you probably have a lot of repeat buyers. You're like Mama. You're like Kelly. You sell a lot of jewelry, probably. Yeah, I have some, but I don't do a lot. So I keep my buyer's info on the Rolodex, then look up their zip to. I got it. Okay, understand now. Well, you must do well. Well, I guess again you're new, but that'll probably sell at your booth too. Okay, yeah. So that'll definitely help you too as well. Many repeat buyers. Yeah, you do something that's definitely repeat buyers. I get it for sure. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this bag is still on my phone and I haven't taken it off yet because I can't seem to find the photos, and I bet you that's what happened. Yeah, this is going to have to save in draft. That's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to save it in draft because I don't have the photos yet. They're on my phone and I can't get them off. I'm going to have to wait. So let me save this in draft. And I'll get a quick wait on it. This way it'll be all set to go once I get the photos up. Buy it now price, I'm going to do $9.99 plus calculated shipping. And let me go get a weight. Be right back. All right, so that's like 2.5 pounds. I'm gonna only put it to 3 because it's not gonna break. I can stick it in an envelope. It's all good. It could stay on the regular first class international, and we're gonna just list it 2 to 3 pounds, and then we're just gonna save his draft until I get the photos off on that. And now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 items in draft until I get photos off my phone. Okay. Oh, this is just on the one store. I think I have a bunch on the others too. Okay. All right. Let's list something I do have a photo for. Didn't I bring my other stuff in here? I did. Okay. This is just a very simple. I don't even know if this is even going to be worth selling. I don't even think it has a brand name on it. Just a Christmas trivet. I'm just going to see if I can find one out there. Snowman Christmas trivet. Although some people love snowmen and they collect snowmen, so it doesn't matter what it is. Usually I have all this stuff researched ahead of time because my husband usually does it, but I just went crazy with a bunch of pictures the last couple of days and figured I'd just look it up as I list it. So usually I don't have to do this while I'm listing. Usually it's all set to go. Let's look at the solds. Not finding this particular one, but I can't believe how much they want for trivets. 25, 32. I'm looking at one snowman trivet. Crazy. Ceramic tile trivet, 1874. Yeah, it's crazy. I figured, except for the ones on the bid. And that's the other reason why sometimes I don't like to do auctions when it comes to bids, is because, some people have it on a buy it now. Like, here's one $12, here's one $10.99. But then you go to a bid and all of a sudden you see $4.20 or $6 because they got one bid. That was their starting off, and then they never got more than that. They might have gotten $10 had they just put it on a buy it now. So I'm not really sure the thought, especially clothes. I see that on clothes all the time. They start off at 99 cents or $1.99, and they probably could get, $12, $15 for something, and they give it away for 99 cents. That's why I got away from bids. I did bids, to get my feedback up years ago and to get, to get the store going, but I don't know. Anyway, all right, we're just going to make this really simple because I'm not doing any more research because that's a waste of time. We're just going to list it as, let's put, and put some keywords in there like colorful and Christmas and snowman, holiday, colorful, design, trivet. Actually, tile trivet or ceramic trivet. And put all those keywords in there. And for this particular one, I will grab my measuring tape, and it's square. So, in fact, square could be another word I could put in there. Let me get a dimension on this. Where is my measuring tape?
Hey, look. Why are you just walking away? Are you going to put an fucking hanging?
You're working with me. We're doing a working live show. We're all listening.
I've never heard you that.
I'm laughing at my husband because he's like, why do you keep walking away? I said, because we're doing a working live show. And we're all trying to get some work done. So that's a 6. Oh, I just noticed a little crazing in this. By 6. Yeah, there is a little bit of crazing in that. Can't really see it. Got to look really close. I don't know. You know, sometimes you think, is this stuff even, some stuff even worth it? But I'll throw it up there. I mean, there's no chips or cracks, just a little crazing in the snowman's belly. But all right, we'll throw it up there. And it's 6 by 6. See, stuff like this probably would be good just to put on your table, even if you got $1 for it in the antique mall. Somebody just likes snowman, somebody wants to use it, they pick it up. I don't know. Am I wasting my time doing it this way? But I'll list it. I'm here already. And then I have my own store categories, and I'm going to work on that. That's going to be my goal before fourth quarter, is to work on my store categories, because I have too many of them now. I used to do a lot of books. Most of your stuff is $3 to $10, but I do have higher too. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, to pick up $3 for every item here and there, not to have to ship and do that stuff. You know, I guess hopefully you guys sell a lot $3 though. I'm sure you're paying rent, so you know you got to make up for that. But you know, it's like paying for the eBay store, right? Same difference. Oh, I just found that case. Yeah, you're making money on the smalls to make rent. Yeah, for sure. I just found the photo for that case. So good. I can go back and list that case when I'm done. I thought it wasn't on here, but I did find it. All right, let me put the trivet up, and then we'll go back and I'll put the photos up for that. And I'm going to disclose the crazing on the Santa belly. And we'll turn the pictures around since there are, oh, maybe. See, now I didn't even look at the photos, and I had the measurements in the photos. And I do that sometimes, even with my clothes, but I should have put the pictures up first. What's the size of your booth, Lisa? Eight by 8. Okay. Hey, works out for you. You never know. Next year you'll have a larger one. And I'm sure that's a lot of repeat customers too, as well, once they start to see, especially if you're going to put your jewelry out and stuff. That's great. All right, and I think the next time I do a working listing like this as well, I think we'll do it as a Google Hangout. I went to one place and they wanted $50 a month for a shelf. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is here in New York. Maybe 100. Welcome to my world. If we even have them. Again, I got to look. It's all cluttered and messy now. Yeah, because people are trying to squeeze what they can onto a $50 shelf. For sure. You got to sell a lot on a shelf to do that. So they probably have to squeeze as much as possible on there. Yeah, and you know what? You don't want to do that. It's bright, open, perfect. Good, good. Well, that's great. And again, you don't have to deal with the weather like outdoor flea markets and stuff. A lot of them set up here. Like, I'm sure that's something we could do. We don't, but we have parking lots and railroad station lots and things like that they set up flea markets, during this time of year. Oh, good. Yeah, do video of some of the booths too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know you can't go live on those. I tried to do that yesterday when I did the estate sale, and I forgot. You can't go live on your camera. That would have been nice because I could have shown you all the lines and the people and the 4 million Pyrex bowls. And some lady beat me to the colored ones I wanted, which was the original reason I was going there. And I left a ton behind. But it is what it is. You can't just, you can't buy everything. All right, I'm going to go weigh my trivet. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot you used to live in New Jersey. How long are you out of Jersey? Notice how I say Jersey. I'm sure everybody's making fun of my accent. But I don't have an accent. You guys have an accent. I'll be right back. Gonna make a wait.
What an idea.
Father, baby, my father, stay away.
Just you walking around. You can take the scale and go.
So my husband is yelling at me. He's saying, "Why don't you just take the scale in there instead of keep walking up and getting?" Because I like to. It's okay. It's all good. He thinks it's rude for me to keep leaving, but it's a working hangout, and I keep telling him that. I'm a working hangout. See all the negative. You left New Jersey November of 2011. Okay, well, good for you. Got out of the rat race, so to speak. Now you're enjoying Georgia. All right, so I'm going to go back to my portable DVD. Be back. Have to move my van. You left it here since November of 2011? Oh, and you don't like Georgia? Really? Why? Oh, you do want to move back north? Oh, God, don't tell me that because we're looking to move south. Not that far south, but not as far as Georgia. My girlfriend keeps begging me to go to South Carolina, but I can't. It's to think the humidity's high here. I think it's worse there. I'm sure maybe where you are too, the humidity's a little worse than here. Oh. Oh, I thought you meant you'll be back to Jersey because you have to move your van. I'm so sorry. So she meant she had to go outside and move her van. Got it. Got it. Okay. And there's, maybe a little streak of blonde in there somewhere, I guess. All right, let me go back and let me go and now since I found the photos for that portable DVD case, let me go to my drafts and complete the draft and add the photos. Okay, have to swap some photos around and turn that. That one. And then decide which one I'm going to make, because I don't think the first photo I picked here one is my first photo on the site. I'll pick one that's better, so to speak. Yeah, so we're going to move some of these photos around. So kind of look at them and decide which is going to go where. Good. Okay, got our photos on that one. Now we can make it go live. Gotta wait. Got everything already in there, and we're going to hit list. And we got another one live. Perfect. Next one is I have this Spode salad bowl glass. My mom was big with Spode. She has a lot of Spode that's still at my dad's house. But this one, I'm not sure where I got this one from. Doesn't need to be cleaned. I should have washed it maybe before, but it's in pretty good condition. It's a hand wash only. Some of this stuff, especially when you do anything with Spode, Lennox, some of the Noritake, you just want to be careful with the gold. So you're better off hand washing it. Sometimes the dishwasher will peel or take the golds or make it discolored. So this one you want to make sure you hand wash. And then I'm just going to throw in this rock glass, drinking glass. It's also Spode. And list those together as one unit. Since it's the only two pieces. Well, that's not true. You know what? Now that I think about it, I have somewhere some Spode coasters. I'm not going to worry about it. This is going to go by itself because I already did the pictures. Okay. I priced the salad bowl last night. It's selling anywhere between $26 and $40. I'm throwing in the glass, so I may just make it $39.99 plus calculated shipping. And then we'll see. It may sit up till the holiday, but that's okay. I'm good with that. And I think it's 9-inch, but I'll double check. Yep, it's 9 inches. Glass is about 3, and it's an estimate. It's not exact. If anything, it's bigger, not smaller. People will call you out on that if you say 9-inch and it's 8 3/4. Trust me. All right, so this is a Spode 9-inch Christmas holiday. Again, all the keywords: Christmas, holiday. No worries. No worries. All good. It's all good. I get it. Everybody's moving around listing. It's what, my husband's yelling at me for running into the other room with the scale, but it's fine. I get it. That's what we're here for. We're here to list. And I'll probably stay on maybe another 20 minutes or so, and then I got to get moving. We'll call it 10 o'clock, and then I got to get moving. All right, Spode 9-inch Christmas holiday, festive, decorative. I'm going to put them all in there. Salad. No worries, Lisa. No worries. Okay. Good. All right. And I'm still holding you till Tuesday, but we need a topic for Tuesday night's Google Hangout. Spode 9-inch Christmas holiday festive decorative salad bowl with bonus. We're going to call it a bonus rock I'd like to say cocktail too, but I don't have enough. We'll leave it that. We'll leave it with that. And that might be, people might wonder, what is that bonus? Keep them a wondering. All right. So let's see, we got, I told Melissa I can't do 7 a.m. I work. Oh, I think you mean 7 p.m. We're not doing 7 p.m. We're doing 9 p.m. I can't do 7 p.m. either. It's too tight for me coming home from work. So I figured we'd do 9. Oh, no, I want to change that category. It's not Spode porcelain. Oh, this morning I did. This morning I set for 7 a.m., which I didn't even get on at 7 a.m. because my computer lost its internet connection and I couldn't figure it out. And I went on my other computer, which had an internet connection, and that one was connected. So I just put experienced technical difficulties, and then today's was set for 7 a.m. But the one for Tuesday, I'm going to get a Google link so that I can send it out to everybody ahead of time, because you don't want to do a Google link at the last minute, and it's for 9 p.m. Tuesday night. I would never do 7 p.m. It's too close, unless it was a day off or a weekend or something. So yeah, we're definitely going to do 9 p.m. on Tuesday. All right. And I think Nathan's going to join. Melissa's going to join. I'm trying to get either Wade said he might join, or Chris from Thrift Shop Hustlers, or maybe somebody else. We'll see. But yeah. And, again, you don't have to talk. You just join the Google Hangout. You can type as opposed to talking. It's up to you. I don't care. I mean, I'm comfortable, obviously, in front of the camera, but some people aren't, and I get it. All right, so we've got glassware. This is saying, nope. They're only giving me a choice between pottery and porcelain on Spode. Let me browse the categories quickly and see if they have. Nope, that's the only 2 choices they have. They don't even have other. So even though it's Spode, I'm not even going to be able to put it in a Spode category for eBay. I'm going to have to just pick serving bowl, since it's a salad bowl, and just leave it at that. And then I can put Christmas as my store category, and I'm going to play with my store categories this week and switch them up a little bit. Okay. No UPC, does not apply. Condition is used, and it is nice pre-owned condition, which I'll put in the listing. Grab my photos. Which I was able to do 9 photos, but that's because I kind of played around with it, different sides, and the glass by itself, the bowl by itself, and so on and so forth. All right. Yeah, so I'll set up a new invite for the 9 o'clock on Tuesday once I make the Google room and get the link. And then I'll send everybody the link. And I need a topic, though. We definitely need a topic. We have to figure out what the topic's going to be, something everybody wants to talk about. So that's that we have to still decide on. And I'm okay, whatever you guys decide. We'll pick a topic. And it doesn't even have to be eBay. If you want to do your antique mall, you want to talk about selling locally, whatever it might be. I'm actually going to change my mind on this. What did I say originally I was going to do? I'm going to do $29.99 just to get it moving. And let's go calculated. And let's take off the free shipping. I don't know why I have that on here. And we're going to go priority. And my husband's going to yell at me again, but we're going to go get a weight. And that's my Spode with the bonus glass that I'm going to list. All right, with shipping and everything, that's going to be around 5 pounds. So we'll go ahead and put the weight, 4 to 5 pounds. And sometimes that makes a difference. Sometimes it doesn't make a difference. Depends on where you sell it. 1 pound could make all the difference in the world for me here in New York, shipping in Washington or California. But if it's locally, like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, a lot of times 3 or 4 pounds doesn't make a difference. Perfect. All right, good. All right. Good. We can talk about the pros and cons of both of them. I'll title it selling, shipping. All right. Online versus local. We'll call it something to that effect. And, your pros and cons or something like that. Because obviously there are pros and cons to both. Okay, good. Perfect. I have to change my international shipping. It just gave me a warning because it's over 4 pounds. So I have to change it from first class international to just priority international. Okay, perfect. And we'll list that. So, Lisa, I guess since you are not doing eBay full time on a regular basis, are you just doing your minimum free 50 listings a month, or do you still have a store? Oh, okay. Never had a store. Okay. All right. Yeah, so I mean, we could talk about that too, just doing your 50 free as well as, doing your antique mall. You're not really paying anything for the 50 free you get a month, but once you, kind of have more than that, then you pay per listing. So we can talk a little bit about that too versus, you're paying a rent at your antique store, but you could be selling a lot more than 50 items a month, right? Because that's the monthly fee that you get, or the month. I should say the monthly allotment, because on the 50 items you don't pay a fee. All right. What do I have next? All right. So I have these funky. These are just an experiment. These came in something I don't even know. Maybe that estate sale. I don't remember. They are unbranded. They look like they're probably handmade knit slippers. I measured them because there's no size. But they've never been worn. They're cute. I don't know. I guess somebody would like them with their little bit of flower color on them. Probably wouldn't fit my big foot, but let's see. They definitely are adjustable. They probably would fit between certain sizes. Oh, actually, they would go on my feet. All right. I'll put a possible size on there, but I did measure them. Perfect. Absolutely. Positively, let's do that. Yeah. Do you have my are you friends with me on Facebook? You may have added me last week. I don't remember. So both slippers actually have a different design. I just noticed too, but that's okay. Make sure they're both a right and a left foot. Yes, they are. Perfect. I did. Okay. Perfect. All right. See, and I'm not even drinking this week. Well, last week. All right. It's all good. Perfect. All right. So yes. So yeah, definitely send me a message. Send me a message and we'll discuss that on Monday. And that's perfect. Perfect. All right, so I'm going to list these slippers. Handmade, I guess we'll call them. And they're knitted for sure. Flower. Slippers. I'm going to disclose that they're unsized, but see measurements. We're going to call it maybe 8 to 10. And do we have room to put ladies or women's? All right, we'll see how that goes. This is an experiment. I don't even know where I got these slippers from. I think they just were in that whole big lot of estate sale. But we'll try them. We'll put these in the shoe bin. That's where these will go. Gonna have to browse the categories, and we're gonna have to look for clothing, shoes. So let's see. Women's shoes, slippers, perfect. Yeah, sometimes you got to browse the category because they don't give you the actual choices when you search in the very first time sometimes. All right, and let's get our photos. No UPC. I don't think they've ever been worn. I'm just going to put them new without a box. Everybody can make their own decisions when it comes to things like that, whether or not they're going to say they're new or used. The feet, I can kind of tell by the feet that they've never been worn. There might be one little tiny thing because I just stepped on the floor with them, but they don't look like they've been worn. They look clean. All right. Turn my pictures around. Yeah, and then I think we're going to call it for the day so that I can go. I have to go get a charger for my phone so I can get the rest of my photos off and so we can take more photos today. I don't know. It's Father's Day. I may not ask my husband to do too much today. We'll see. And I'm sure the kids will be by at some point. I'll play that by ear. These I might throw in free shipping. They're really light. They probably could get away with 4 ounces on this. And again, since I have nothing into these, I'm not going to, be crazy. Maybe they'll entice somebody since they're handmade, and I got all the measurements here, and I'm going to put that it probably fits between an 8 and a 10. As they do somewhat fit my foot. My foot's a little wide too, so that's another reason why it may not fit exact. And I don't want to stretch them. So. All right, perfect. That's all the photos. And now we'll complete the description. I'm going to put in there, fits between. Oh, they actually have under brand handmade. I didn't know that. Perfect. That works good. Style. Well, do they have slipper? Let's see. They do. Slippers. Look at that. Women's shoe size. I'm just going to put a range and then let people make a decision on that because I'm not really sure how people are going to kind of figure that out. On size, see measurements, 8 to 10. I'm going to put fits most 8 to 10. Okay. And these are unworn. And I don't know, what are we going to put them for? $9.99 pre-ship. That's all. They go fast, they go fast. It's all good. No, we're not doing calculated. Shoot, we're not doing calculated. We're going to do flat cost same to all because we're doing free. And it's first class. It's fine. It's all good. Less than £1. Perfect. List item. All right. I think we're going to call it. I don't know if you're still with me, guys, but I think that'll be it for today. Got several listings up. I'll probably keep listing for another little bit, and then I gotta go get that charger. And then we'll see again. Might do an unlive show tomorrow and post something. Not sure. I'll pick a category. It looks like Tuesday night, our live Google Hangout's going to be about online platforms versus local platforms of selling, eBay versus LetGo versus antique mall selling, which Lisa is the expert in. So we're going to pick her brain. Lisa, I hope you have a great day today at the antique mall. Make lots of sales, and we'll touch base Monday night and tweak the Google Hangout. And guys, for the rest of you, have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much. Have a great day.